I'm hopeful that maintaining or even growing these initiatives will be a priority when there's a lot of talk about tax cuts and different spending activities. And so it is a bit up in the air during these months ahead.
And you've often made the point that no matter how big the private contributions are, sometimes in terms of sheer scale, you need a government.
Yeah, somebody asked me today, if PEPFAR, which is this AIDS program, was canceled, when private philanthropy make up for it. Well, PEPFAR is over $5 billion a year. That is this one aid program, which is a phenomenal thing that's saved over 10 million lives. That's larger than our foundation, which is the largest in the world. So there's no possibility the government sector, US, UK, other European donors, that's $130 billion a year in total that's uplifting these poor countries in health and education. And if we lose the consensus around that, if people draw inward too much, we will hurt progress and there will be millions of lives lost because of it.
All right. And one thing that might be mentioned, though, is that the difference between now and 60 or 70 years ago in the ability of really bright people, really innovative, really energetic people to get financed to do things is just dramatically better than it was at that time. So now, if you've got good ideas, and there's good ideas right in this crowd, and you've got energy, it's far easier to get finance to move forward those ideas than you could 50 or 60 years ago.
Is that because of the internet or crowdsourcing, of what is it?
It's just lots more capital out and people more optimistic about people are very optimistic about business.
But better ways to connect the two, the capital and those,
absolutely,
and the ideas.
It's dramatic.
And the willingness to take risk. The first venture capital stuff is in the 1960s, and it's tiny. Microsoft, when we were taking outside investment, we took at a valuation of $20 million, we took $1 million for 5% of the company.
I'll do it retroactively, folks.
You had your chance. You had your chance.
We never spent the money. That is, our business was profitable enough. We really didn't need to do that, but we wanted people on our board to give us advice. And there's an episode of Silicon Valley where all these venture capitalists are courting this guy. And that really reminded me of what it was like. By that time, which was 1984, there were dozens of venture capitalists. And that's something that other countries have tried to do. They have in small part, but not nearly as well. This willingness to take risks, the idea that if you have a failure, it's not a mark of saying that, hey, what's your next startup going to do?
You heard his secret, folks. He gets his ideas from Silicon Valley, be sure.
All right, cards. Let's see where the cards are. So, okay, number 3, take the card right there.
We just talked about how you're able to make a model and it won't accurately predict what happens. And on the other side of the coin, I was wondering what happens when you create such well-developed predictive technology, and what are the ramifications and implications of that outcome?
Well, I don't think our predictive technology is going to be like an oracle. Warren's nickname is the Oracle of Omaha. But the percentage of times you can predict things like macroeconomics because they involve emotional sentiment. We're a long ways away from that. The biggest modeling thing I'm involved in is a group that models diseases.